we go. What a time to be alive. In just a second, I'll go to my page here and refresh it, and we will get rocking and rolling. So much good stuff happening right now. Go to my page. Good stuff happening right now. All right, amazing people. Wow. Let me turn off my music here real quick. Floating in the Dream by Jeff Cloud. Okay, November 21st, here in Thailand anyway. I'm a day ahead. I'm in the future, so to speak. There's so much good stuff happening, friends. I'm going to do my best to just give some downloads for refocusing where we're at from moment to moment, why we're here at this incredible time, which many of you know that. You chose to come here at this time. And the reason that we're here right now, two reasons. Hey, Lisa, great to see you. The reason we're here right now, mainly, is always to love, but real importantly, to learn how to manipulate energy. Hey, Jelf, great to see you, brother. So, learning how to manipulate energy. What's that mean? Learning how to consciously create our reality from moment to moment to moment. And here we find ourselves in 2022 in one of the most interesting times in history, one of the most exciting, and also one of the most chaotic in a way. And so if you're here right now, no matter what you're feeling, whether you're feeling off balance, whether you're feeling some fear, whether you're feeling excitement and fear, whether you're feeling like you're struggling, or your back's against the wall, or you're the only one in your family or your community of friends that's awake and can see what's going on, whether you're having difficulty with money or abundance, which is exactly how the 3D matrix was set up, which is why I share these tools from the waking up in the dream process, because we are creating our reality. So, hey, Charlotte, great to see you. So, it's really important that we become aware of our moment-to-moment frequency and vibration. And how is that created? It's created first in our mind with our thoughts, also in our body with our emotions, but our emotions are triggered by our thoughts and our reactions. So if we're telling our story, and this is really, really key, this is a big part of this very simple process of beginning to recognize how we're telling our story, what our moment-to-moment thoughts are, and our vibration, because we are walking, talking, vibrating magnets of attraction in every moment, whether we're aware of it or not, right? And if you understand this and you begin to track your moment-to-moment frequency, even if you get pissed, even if you get triggered, you catch it and you go, okay, what is the gift here? The 5 magic words. It's never about the people out there or the news or the cabal or whatever. I mean, yeah, they're doing their stuff and the light is already won. So the deal is the only deal is, where's my frequency right now? That's it. And if you're telling your story, and this is where we really have to be careful if we go, whatever we say to ourselves, and we're going to notice, okay, you might notice I'm having a difficult time right now. Or, you might be feeling, stop the world. I want to get off. I didn't sign up for this. But you did. There's no way you would be listening to this or you would be here right now if you didn't sign up for it. Okay? The thing is that as unlimited divine soul beings, and I mean unlimited, you can't be killed, you can't die. This body could, but you just go right back and you go, oh my God, what an incredible roller coaster ride. I want to go back down and assist others, or, this is the most challenging spills and thrills, incredible deal. And I'm the creator of all of it. So if I want to go and entertain myself, what am I going to do? I'm not going to go do something boring. I'm going to go do something that's exciting and incredible to the greatest extent. And at this time, Earth needed you to come down here and support other people. And even if you feel like you're barely supporting yourself, or you're barely hanging in there, hanging on by a thread, if you're listening to this and you don't just think I'm a total nut job, then your higher self is running the show, and it knows that all is well. So the key is, if you don't feel like all is well and you go into fear, doubt, judgment, triggers, then you teach yourself to feel that frequency and catch it. And instead of letting it run all day, or for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even 1 minute, that person, that lowers your frequency. That makes your magnet begin to attract more lower vibrational timelines and situations. Okay? Perfect example is, I used to be a judgeaholic. I was taught to be that in Catholic school, private Catholic school. Yeah, absolutely, all is well. All is freaking amazing. And yeah, there's some stuff out there that's still dark, and they're still harming and sacrificing children, and their intention is to continue to poison more people. But most of those people have been taken out, whether you believe it or not, and I can't prove it to you on this live. But I'm going to post in a link to my Telegram channel, and I've spent thousands of hours researching stuff, so you don't have to. And I did a post earlier in the week, and a lot of people responded. So I took the time to pop in a lot of links of reveals, good news reveals that have just happened in the last week. So if you go to my Telegram channel, if you're even interested, because don't complain if you're not willing to look at and understand, what's going on here. Because what's going on here is the greatest shift in recorded history, one of them. There's my Telegram channel right there. And so if you want to check it out, check it out. I'm not super active on there. I love Facebook because it's very easy to navigate. Telegram's I haven't really learned it, but there's all good news on there. Everything is being exposed. And so the key is to really take back our power. If we are distracted and in low vibration by anything in the external, then the cabal is winning. That's it. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but if your frequency is being triggered into judgment, fear, doubt, lack of forgiveness, anger, resentment, that pulls your magnet down, and that's the 3D matrix. That's where they want people to be. So we're not going to fight them. We don't need to. That's not the way to move beyond. The way to move beyond is to become the conscious observer. And use this mantra, 3 words, change your life. Instead of judging, write down these 3 words. Isn't that interesting? A master sits back and observes, and he goes, isn't that interesting? Now you're still in your heart. You haven't lowered your frequency. You're not triggered, and you're in a 0-point state of mind where you're going, wow, they're really trying to harm us. Isn't that interesting? But they want me to react. They want me to lower my vibration. They want me to be in fear. They want me to be in anger because they're feeding off of the lower vibrational frequencies. So it's really simple, people. This whole process is nothing more than a practice, and kids can do it. In fact, kids learn this process quicker because they haven't been programmed to run all these automatics for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. And I have people, I don't like to call them clients, people, friends that go through the course every month. And if they have kids, their kids go through it and they get them a clicker, and they start tracking their judgments and their, lower frequency reactions. And you cannot clear any of these programs unless you can see them. Once you can see them, you're like, oh, okay. So every time you have a trigger, a judgment, a less than thought, you train yourself to stop. And you take a breath and you smile, which relaxes all these cells in your body, which are consciously aware. And every moment, they've been loving and serving on you ever since you were in the womb, regardless of what you've done to them, whether it's been drugs, alcohol, toxic food, shame, guilt that we project on ourselves. It's okay. They're here to serve you, and they're listening, and they're taking direction from every single thought, word, and emotion that you think. So the key is, anytime we have a judgment or a trigger, we get triggered by the external, we stop and we go, okay, just got triggered. I'm going to be 100% accountable and clear this stuff. So really, you get to the point where you go, thank you for showing me where I can still be triggered. In the beginning, it might be frustrating and you might get pissed off. But once you start to do it for just a short amount of time, you'll go, oh, wow. So I see how it works now. The external is just simply a mirror to what I'm holding within. And I chose as an unlimited divine soul to come down here, forget everything I knew and have to relearn it. And now I'm beginning to see how the game is played. So as a divine, unlimited, incredible being, I'm going to start to pay attention and become the observer instead of the automatic reactor. And that's how the 3D matrix keeps everybody down. Republican versus Democrat, white lives matter versus black lives matter. You need this to look good. You need this to feel good. It's all the same program over and over and over. They just loop it. You know, one week it's monkeypox. The next week it's whatever. The next week it's, you know, climate change. The next week, you know, you see it. When you see it, you see it. And you'll never forget it again. And then so you don't have to fight it. You observe it. Nothing can affect you out there, no matter what's going on, unless you allow it to lower your frequency. And it's okay to get triggered. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel compassion for the children that get kidnapped and harvested and tortured. And I mean, let's face it, we got to be willing to look at what's going on. You can't turn your back on it. And it's going to be exposed really soon. And it's going to be on the mainstream television, but it won't be the mainstream media. It's going to be the emergency broadcast system. And the only way to wake people up to what's really been happening is to put it in their face, because I've known about pedophilia and human sacrifice for 20 years. Everybody thought I was crazy. Nobody wants to talk about it, even still today, except for those that are brave and going, all right, let's look at this. The only way they've been able to get away with it for so long is because we've turned our backs on it, because it's painful. Yeah, it's painful. But we came here to shift this stuff, okay? So it's all good news. When you begin to become the observer and go, oh, I see how they do it now. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, man. These mantras that I share in the course and on the lives, they'll change your life forever, forever. So this is a live Q&A. If anybody has any questions, and whenever I do this each week, it usually takes a while before somebody comes on and asks a question, because I know you don't want to be in the spotlight. But don't worry, this is a judgment-free zone. Everybody in here loves you. And I guarantee the first person that asks a question, everybody else finally goes, oh, I can join in now. And it creates this energy of community. So if anybody has a question, please feel free to pop it in. Yeah. Okay. I've got many confrontations. Yeah. The wave is a tidal wave right now. You go and check out some of the stuff on the Telegram channel, and you will see that people are standing up. All the people, the doctors, the Supreme Court justices, they're being taken out. The majority of these people have been taken out. Many of them have already been removed from the planet. I know it's a trip. There's clones, there's doubles, it's trippy. But you all know Biden, it's not the same guy. He was removed from the planet in 2021. Hillary, she's been gone for 3 years. I can't prove it, but if you go put the pieces together on the Telegram channel and then you just check in on Rumble or BitChute once in a while, you'll see, man, there's incredibly brave, amazing people that are sharing facts. It's not just theories, okay? Conspiracy theory was created by the FBI to shame people like us. I'm a conspiracy factualist. I back it up. I don't just post a bunch of stuff based on what I'm feeling or my emotions. No, because that's not going to help anybody. All right? So I observe first. Then I go, okay, is sharing this going to help anybody? And people are reaching out to me left and right now for the tools in the book and the course and for information about what's going on, because they may be new to it and they don't know where to get the information, because most of the channels have been squashed. So thank God for people that run BitChute and, all these other, the Truth Channel and Rumble. It's something to get excited about. That's why I can tell you. Let me see what Sonny's saying here. Why hit love and thump it, show an angry face? I don't know. But don't ever hit an angry face, because that lowers the post in the feed. So always, even if it's something bad, hit like, because the more likes it'll get, the more exposure it'll get. They don't tell you that, do they? All right? So anybody have any questions? All right, I'm going to go to my notes here real quick. Okay, so how much is the external affecting your frequency and vibration? That's the key. Where is my frequency right now? Am I excited? Am I in my heart? Am I smiling at everybody? I saw a post today that I loved, because the ego does this. So check it out. When we're in the external, or when we're, scrolling through Facebook and we're like, I'm looking for things that make me feel good and, that I like. And am I going to give it a like, or am I going to love it? I know I went through the whole same thing. And if I see a coach, that's doing something that's, wow, that's a much better idea than what I'm doing. Do you give them a like or a love, or do you feel competition? Okay. So I shifted into giving everybody a love, everybody that's doing good, everybody that even just kind of woke up to stuff I knew 20 years ago. I give them a love. Why? Because it's a hologram. That means everybody is you. Everybody is you. Okay? So if you're holding back and you're going, well, I don't love that, I'm only going to like it. That's your ego doing all these calculations. That's the 3D matrix program. You got to be able to see it, to dismantle it. So we having any aha moments here? Oh, really? Everybody's me? Yeah, when my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, told me that in 2001, my mind was like, what? Really? I'm not harming people. I'm not poisoning people. I'm not sacrificing children. That's not me. And he goes, yeah, but it's part of the collective. So you've got to understand that might not be you now, but you could have been that in a past life. You could have been a murderer. You could have been a rapist. You could have been a thief. So the key is, if you're holding lack of forgiveness towards anyone in the external, guess who's holding that frequency? You. So your internal magnet is holding that frequency. So you're going to attract, think of every one of these dots as a timeline. It's all happening right now. There's no past or no future. It's all now. And we might be on all these different dimensions. I don't know. I know nothing. That's another 3-word mantra that will free you. It's a get out of hell free card. I know nothing. Okay? I simply track frequency and vibration, and I stay in my heart, and I set my intention first thing every single morning, as soon as I awaken on my pillow and come out of what we call the sleeping dream. Because we're dreaming right now. How does that make you feel when I say that? Does that make you feel like, oh, I'm not in control if we're dreaming? That's how I felt when my teacher told me that in 2001. I was like, what? Wait, I can't control that. You see, the ego is running a survival program that's been running for thousands of years, maybe longer, I don't know. I know nothing. But I understand the program that the ego is running. And its job is to keep you safe, just like any animal. Any dog, any cat, any snake, any rabbit, anything. Okay? So that's kind of built into our DNA right now. But that, as we elevate, that survival program dissipates. So you're no longer in fear, you're no longer reacting, you're going, I'm creating my reality. And man, since I figured out to consciously and intentionally create my reality, first thing every single morning before the 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running, which they're going to run. If we take a few seconds or half a minute right now to close our eyes and just take a breath, just observe what the mind's doing. It might be doing all kinds of weird stuff. Those thoughts might not even be yours. They might just be the collective. But just notice, because you're an energetic being and there's nothing but energy, this thing is usually always running. And if you're not consciously and intentionally creating your reality, then this thing's going to run the old programs. So learning these tools is the only game in town. That's it. There's nothing else. And once you begin to really see, oh my God, since I began to consciously and intentionally create my reality first thing every single morning, all these synchronicities are starting to show up in my reality. It really works. And then if you forget to do it for a day or two, and all this, my day felt off today, or it wasn't that, I was challenged. You'll see that you are creating your reality. And a lot of people might not want to, in the beginning, accept that truth, because then you're responsible. You're like, I don't really want to be responsible because I can just blame it on the external, and then I don't have to, be responsible. I'm turning down my air conditioner a little cooler so I can be on board with those who are in New York that just got 65 inches of snow. I'm in Thailand and it's hot here every day, so many blessings to anybody going through cold weather changes or any other struggles. We love you, okay? So here's a question from Tracy. Tracy, I love you. Thank you for being the first one to ask a question. Okay, great question. So, how do we deal with the people that we're trying to help see when they don't want to hear? I love this question because this comes up all the time. Okay, everybody comes down here with a soul contract. We don't know what their soul contract is. So their soul contract might be to not even wake up in this lifetime. And since there is no such thing as time, we think as wonderful, heart-centered human beings that, oh my God, you got to wake up. We care about you. We love you. Come on, get on board. Okay? Well, you can't get someone else to see or hear something they are not ready to see or hear, and you cannot overstep the rights of their soul contract. So again, what we do is we can share information. Here's the cool thing. Even if nobody in your area or family is resonating with that which you bring to the table, to try and assist them and wake them up because you love them and you care about them, and that's why you're here as a leader and a way shower, the other people will be magnetically attracted to you. And that's why I love Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you, George Soros, who I believe have already been removed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because they created this incredible portal. I'm connected to people all over the world, and so are you. So I'm living in Thailand. In my neighborhood, it's all Thai people. I don't just walk out the door and I go over to my friend Joe's house or Nancy's. No, I'm kind of by myself here with the wild jungle dogs and all the animals, and I'm out in nature every day, but it's mostly Thai people here, and I don't really speak the language. Even after 6 years, it's, I still don't even say my town right. My town is called Luang Nua. And when I tell that to a Thai person, they look at me like I'm speaking Japanese. They go, Luang Nua. And I'm like, yeah, I just said that, Luang Nua. I still can't say it correctly. But the point is, the people that are on the like frequency of you will be attracted to you. Magnets attract like magnets. You don't have to try. So here's the deal, Tracy and everybody else. Jeff. There's no forcing. There doesn't need to be. Trust and observe. Trust and observe. And just have compassion and just send them love and light, love and light, love and light. Not because you're above them. That's ego. Just because I'm in my heart, and if they don't see it, God bless them. They're perfectly playing out their soul contract, and I'm going to send them love. Okay? Does that make sense? If you have any other questions around that, then let me know. All right? So, what are you projecting onto the field from moment to moment? So we talk about consciously and intentionally creating your reality first thing every morning. I know people watch these lives because I know they do, and they reach out to me, and this is going live on my YouTube channel as well. And I'm aware that a lot of people that are getting this invitation to consciously create your reality first thing every morning, they're not doing it because it takes a commitment. You know, when I first began to do it, when I was apprenticing with my mentor, one of my mentors, everybody's my teacher, everybody's your teacher, especially those that you might judge or that trigger you. And when you figure that out, you get the trigger, and then you stop and you go through the waking up in the dream process. You go, okay, I just got triggered. Oh man. But you smile, so that relaxes your body, because you don't want these triggers to be harming your body with stress and reactions. Hey, Roberta, great to see you. Big love. Okay? So when we get triggered, we stop, we take a breath, we smile to relax our body, and we go, okay, what do we do, people? What is the gift here? You see the majority of people, they're just reacting, stuck in 3D, stuck in 3D, stuck in 3D. And then they'll get in, and then their magnet will attract another person to give them the same opportunity. And in most cases, if you can't see the program and your emotions are running you, then you'll just recycle for years, maybe decades, and maybe even lifetimes. And here's the trick of the emotional body that tricks so many people until they become consciously aware and understand how this process works. Excuse me. So, we have a judgment. Let me backtrack. When we come into this reality, we begin to become influenced by the people around us. We're being influenced while we're in the womb by the food that our mother might be eating, by the energy that she's feeling going through pregnancy, what happens during the pregnancy. I got pulled out with forceps by my head. Fuck, what a great way to come into the world. And then they snipped off the end of my penis. All right? Let's be real here, because this shit's happening. All right? I got circumcised. That was a Catholic thing. So the first thing that happens is they reached into my mom's womb with these big metal cold frickin' things. They grabbed me by my head. They pulled me out. Then they circumcised me. Then, I mean, you got to be real here, people, because we're talking about what's happened. I'm not talking about, oh, poor me, okay? This was all part of my soul contract, and I know it. And now I know it. I didn't know it then. But if you understand and you go, wow, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. But I'm open to the fact that everything that happens to me is part of my soul contract. You will free yourself. Yeah. High five. If you're a victim, you lose, and you got to learn the lesson again. And it might show up in a year, or it might not show up for 10 or 20. So I invite you to be open to the fact that every single thing that happens to you was part of your agreed upon, keywords, agreed upon soul contract. An unlimited divine being that's really God. You're God. Oh, don't say that. That's blasphemy. No, you're God. You are the creator. That's why all the religions were set up to get you to give your power away to an external. Oh God, please save me. Please throw me a bone. I'll pray. I'll kneel down. I'll donate money every week. Hey, if this triggers you, it's not my, well, maybe it is. I'm not triggering you. It's the information that's triggering you. So don't shoot the messenger, okay? Nothing but love in my heart. We're in this. And it takes a lot to come on here, wake up in the morning and go, you're going to hit live on your Facebook thing, and you're going to go, man, and you're going to share from the heart, and you're going to hold space for a lot of people, and you're going to put your balls on the line, literally. Okay? So, you know, in the beginning, I was scared to death to come out and go, oh, what am I going to say? And people aren't going to like it, and they're going to get triggered. Now it's like, I have so many wonderful people reaching out to me going, oh my God, thank you so much. I needed to hear that. Nobody's awake where I'm at. Thank you for those tools. It changed my life. Oh my God, I see that I've been an automatic reactor. I see that my belief system is a tiny little prison that wouldn't even fit on the head of a pin, and that my ego was defending it and reacting every time some new information came in. And now I'm wide open. Now I'm wide open. I dismantled that belief system because it was keeping me trapped. Now I'm open to things that so many people wouldn't even entertain. And my whole entire life is shifted. Magic and miracles come in. Synchronicities come in every day as a result of these tools. Okay? So back to the triggered program. So we come into this life. We take on information, a belief system from our parents, our grandparents, if they're around, the school system, religion, the media, what other people tell us, other children, other people's parents. And then we forget who we are. And then if anything challenges our tiny little belief system, or it touches on an unhealed childhood wound, what happens? We have an emotional reaction or trigger. Here's where everybody, not everybody, be careful with my words. Here's where many people, including myself, for a long time, get trapped. When the information comes in that challenges that tiny little belief system prison, it scares the ego, and the ego wants to feel safe and remain in control. So since that information goes against my safe little tiny belief system prison, it triggers me, and I have an emotional reaction. Okay? Now, here's where you get stuck. Not you, people. The emotional trigger tricks you into believing you're right. So you'll see all these people defending everything. Oh, you see them out there. They're so stuck in their beliefs that if anything challenges it, they don't know who they are because they believe that their belief system is who they are. That's how the 3D matrix keeps many people trapped. You see how I catch my words? Because we're creating our reality here. So I caught everybody because why would I want to project that everybody is doing it? No. So we begin to watch our words, and I'm going to talk about spell words before the end of this that are keeping so many people trapped and stuck, and they don't even realize it because it was put into the spelling which casts spells, and we just believe that we're telling our story, and we don't even understand that we're telling our subconscious our desire still isn't here yet. Still. So I'll get into that. And I have a video on that on my YouTube channel. It's actually my shortest one. It's only 7 minutes, and it's my most watched one, probably because it's short. But okay, so back to the emotional trigger. Got to be able to see this or it's going to run you. So I intend that people are downloading this right now. And if you feel like anybody would benefit from this, feel free to share these, because this stuff isn't taught on the mainstream yet. But this stuff will be taught in the newer school systems, because when children learn that their belief system is a prison and what an emotional trigger is, they're never, ever going to have to go to school for 12 to 16 years to get brainwashed, to have their imagination squashed, to be told what to think or taught what to think instead of how to think. And they're just being programmed and prepped to be put into the old system where people give up 65 of the best years of their lives so that they can then become what? Spell word alert, retired. Re means to recycle. You know what tired means. So it's no mistake that you can become retired at 65. It's a spell. Are we seeing it? Getting it? Picking up on this? Okay. So the thing isn't to be angry. The thing is to go, wow, that's interesting. These people that had all their DNA and hijacked ours, they knew exactly how to manipulate our minds, our thoughts, our reactions, our reality, how to put us in these different systems, religion, fake science, fake history. I mean, they covered all the bases. They did a brilliant job, and my hat's off to them. But their time is up, and we knew that we would awaken in this lifetime. We knew that we would create the new 5D Earth and beyond, which is just frequencies. It's already here. Okay? So before I move on, let's get this emotional trigger thing so you can free yourself. All right? Belief system. It's just a prison. I only kept like 2 of my beliefs. Love is the answer in every case, and I know now that I am an unlimited divine being. Keyword unlimited. The majority of people that I know never even play with the word unlimited. They don't even scratch the surface of unlimited. They're just like, well, if I have my health, my favorite car, and my house paid off and some money in the bank, that's all I want. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But there's so much more, because when you finally awaken, you're not worried about money. You understand that it just comes to you when you begin to share your own unique gifts. It's just that the 3D matrix was set up to make it difficult for so many to share their gifts, like music and art and all these things that we naturally love, the things that really bring us our passion. But we're like, well, I don't think I can make a living doing that, so I'm going to go to school and I'm going to pay the satanic universities a lot of money and go into debt so that I can chase the dangling carrot and get a little better high-paying job and be miserable for 65 years so then I can become retired. All right? The great news is this whole thing is crumbling, and the new earth children can already see it. They're not going to go for it. That's why they can't sit in a bullshit classroom and be programmed by a teacher that was trained by the 3D Cabal teaching system to get you to sit down and shut up and just listen to all this programming. No, these kids want to be active. Their imagination is going off. So they get labeled as ADHD and all this other bullshit from the 3D physicians and doctors. And then they try and shove poisonous chemicals down into their throats to dumb them down. All right? At first it'll piss you off, but being pissed off lowers your frequency. So go, isn't that interesting? Wow, that's fascinating. They really pulled out all the stops to keep us stuck. But the gig's up. You can tell. I'm so happy that there's 14 people on here. I don't know if there are. I don't know if the algorithm, whatever. But I do know when these lives get shared that people reach out to me and on the YouTube channel and they go, thank you so much. And I'm just like, you're so welcome. It's my honor. Because I used to be in hell. I was suicidal. I was ready to leave the planet several times because I'm an open-hearted guy, but I'm also an empath. I can feel stuff. We're all empaths. It's not like, oh, I'm an empath and you're not. That's bullshit. You're an empath. It's just that there may be a little bit of undoing this belief system and all this programming so you can really begin to tune in and feel what this incredible body and these trillions of cells are feeling and telling you and guiding you. You know, thank you so much. You made my morning. You made my morning. Because I'm just talking to Jeff to remind him. I don't know if there's anybody out there. This is a hologram. This is all really happening inside of our heads. But it's such a trip that we can connect with people all over the world through these incredible technologies we've created. When we hug somebody, we can feel them. When we pet a dog or an animal, we can feel them. So this is the most fascinating dream ever created. And this is why we came down here, so we could experience the greatest roller coaster ride ever. So give yourself a big high five, look in the mirror and go, I love you. What a trip this is. Oh my God, I've been through hell. I've been challenged in every way. I still don't know. Blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know, because I know nothing, and that freed me. Needing to know is the ego wanting to feel safe. I'll say that again. Needing to know, when you really look at what's the program underneath, which is the key. That's what these tools are all about. They'll fully explode your mind. You'll just go, oh my God, everybody needs to learn this. Yeah, they do. It's not just because I wrote that book. I mean, there's other people teaching similar things, but this is the fastest 3-part process I've ever found, ever. And I've spent over $100,000 in 25 years buying all the books on abundance and healing and everything. None of them really taught me how to go in and clear it on a subconscious level. That's what the Waking Up in the Dream process in the online course and doing 30 days with me does. And if you're interested in that, reach out. I'm also going to put a coupon in here before we go. And yeah, we do have to pay for some things still, okay? So I'm not trying to sell anything, but we're still paying our rent and stuff. But my whole YouTube channel has over 400 hours of these tools for free. I don't hold anything back. I don't go, well, if you really want the tools, you got to come in and buy the... No, I'm giving away every one of the tools on every one of these lives. It's just that the book and the course and journeying with me, I'm going to go in and help you identify that wound in that program in 2 minutes on the first call. And then we're going to do 30 days where you're going to use the tools and fill out the sheet every night and watch the PowerPoint trainings. And your mind is going to explode in such a wonderful way. You're going to go, oh my God, what a trip. And you will never be the same. And you will never speak of lack. You will never speak words that tell your story of anything that you do not desire ever again. You will be so aware of how you tell your story and your words. Even if something happened to you that you don't like, that was a gift or a challenge, you will not go and tell people that because you don't want to give your subconscious the instruction to keep creating more of that. This is mastery, and this is what this course does. So anyway, any questions around the emotional trigger, the belief system, or inner healing? Because inner healing is the first part of the journey. You must do that, because even if you dismantle your belief system, but you haven't done the inner healing, which in most cases just comes down to forgiving anybody that you think did anything to you. Because the reality is, you agreed to that as part of your soul contract. Are you getting this? Okay? Anything that anybody, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper here, so stay with me. Because I journey with people that have been raped, molested, MK ultra'd, locked in cages in basements for 2 years, and tortured. I deal with people like that, and it's my greatest honor. Now, these people signed up for some of the most intense soul contracts. Why would they do that? Okay? Why would somebody sign up for something that intense? Yeah, I love you, Tracy. Because that's it. Sometimes it's easier to forgive other people than it is to forgive ourselves. For sure. So it's both. When we talk about forgiveness, we must forgive everyone. But don't ever forget about yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, your subconscious is going to attract more timelines that are on the same frequency of whatever that lack of forgiveness is. Shame, guilt, another shitty partner that triggers you. Yeah, it's great. Hey, Linda, great to see you. Yeah, we're going off here. We're going deep. I love it. Okay? So, why would somebody choose a super intense and in some cases horrific, I'm getting warm here, moving a lot of energy, soul contract? Any answers? Because when they go through that and they clear it and they heal it, only by experiencing something on that level can they then have the direct experience to hold that compassion and assist other people and give them a hand up when they need it that have gone through the same thing. So if you've gone through a super tough, incredible soul contract, and everybody believes they have, and they have. You chose to do it so you could clear it for yourselves, but more importantly, for the collective of what has been happening for thousands of years of enslavement, persecution, torturing, poisoning, everything. Okay? So when I talk about that, don't let it lower your frequency. Go, isn't that interesting? And isn't that interesting that we're in the greatest frickin' time right now in recorded history, and you came here for this? You came here for this. Let's break it down. I was thinking about this at 3 a.m, which is when I get my downloads in bed. The people that have been born, I don't know the time frame, but about the last 30 years, it's no mistake that you chose to come down here at that time. It's not a mistake. It's not possible, because you're creating your reality as a divine soul being. You chose to be here right now. Now, why would you choose to come down here if you're an unlimited soul that could do anything? I'm in heaven. I have no challenges. I'm just in love every moment. I can do anything. I can go anywhere. I can be in 100 dimensions at once if I want. I can be hanging out with the animals. We're all talking to each other telepathically. I have no pain. I'm not hungry. All my vibrations up here. I'm in ecstasy. I live in ecstasy. Why would you choose to come down here at this time? So you could be screwed over and enslaved and persecuted and poisoned? I don't think so. All right? So you can see that everything's being exposed unless you're in total denial. And nobody on this call would be doing that. Or you wouldn't even be listening to me. You'd think I'm the craziest mofo on the planet. I've lost my mind. Yeah, I have. It was called my belief system. It was a prison, and I figured it out. So I blew it to smithereens. And when you do that, everything will open up for you. Everything. It's so great. I love it. Okay? So do you get it? You chose to be here now. So there's only one thing to do. Go, isn't this interesting? What a freaking roller coaster ride. All right, well, what do I love? What's my passion? What do I want to share with other people? Because you have a unique gift, even if you don't believe it yet. Because I don't always go, I'm so good at, teaching this, and, I'm good on the guitar. And no, I never believed in myself. Hardly ever. Only when I was on the soccer field when I was a young kid, because I kicked ass. And I don't do it anymore because I sabotaged my career through drugs and alcohol when I moved out to California. It was part of my soul contract, okay? So now I'm doing this, I'm playing music, and I still have fears and doubts come up. But as soon as they come up, I go, okay, tune in, dude. What's the process? All right, isn't that interesting? Here's another piece. I breathe and I smile. Even if I'm pissed or I'm triggered, I smile because I don't want my body to pay for a program that's been running forever. I love this body. This is the most incredible vehicle ever created, ever. There's nothing more magnificent than this body. The only thing that's on par or better is Mother Earth. Because I go out every day and Mother Earth is just showering us with abundance and mangoes and coconuts and bananas and dragonflies and butterflies and snakes and plants and fucking water buffalo and wild jungle dog. I mean, anywhere there's not concrete in Thailand, Mother Earth is just pushing it up. It's mind-blowing. But your body is equally as magnificent. And if you don't think that yet, then I invite you to begin doing mirror exercises where you sit down with yourself. We used to do this in the Dreaming Weekends, which were 3-day weekends in San Diego and Nevada when I was studying with Miguel. And we would lock in from Friday night until Sunday afternoon. And we would just go deep into looking at our wounds, looking at our stories, looking at how our beliefs, and we just dismantle this stuff. And it took me, 10 years of mentorship and then another 7 years before I even wrote this book, because I never planned on writing a book. My mind told me, you don't know how to write a book. You're not worthy of writing a book, blah, 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 blah. But I just kept downloading all this stuff. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and go, man, that makes sense now. It makes sense now. It finally makes sense now. In the beginning, it didn't. I had to ask the same questions to Miguel and the other teachers 100 times, or hear somebody else ask them. And even when he gave the answer, my mind would go, that's really good. That's really good. But I hadn't gone through the process of dismantling the subconscious beliefs, which is what's running everything, which is why this process is priceless. Because unless you undo the subconscious beliefs, they're running the show. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself, or if you do EFT tapping, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money never came to me easily and effortlessly until I undid the subconscious program. I'm pointing down there because it's usually held. It's held in the mind, but a lot's held down here energetically, So I bought all the books on money, Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill. And, I love all those people. But a lot of them didn't tell me how to go in and undo the subconscious belief. The movie The Secret didn't tell you how to do it. Isn't it interesting that it got to be one of the biggest movies ever? ever. But it didn't tell you how to do it. Had all these good graphics and everything. I gave away 11 DVDs the first year it came out for Christmas. I was like, well, this is really good. It's got some good pieces. But they left out the most important piece. Isn't that interesting? Now, how could a movie get to be #1 all over the world, because it's in the system, but not give you the #1 tool? Isn't that interesting? Because that system of rewarding you was not set up to enlighten you. It was only set up to give you little crumbs, but never the full truth. Isn't that interesting? Okay, are you with me? Are you getting this? So it's not about being pissed off at Hollywood because they're owned by the dark, or they were, and they're losing it. Okay, it's over. Yeah. So they could sell it, but not fully empower you and allow you to remember who you truly are. Because if you wake up, you realize Hollywood's all symbols and pedophilia and all this shit to program you. Not only that, but that the television, even if, well, I just watch certain programs on Netflix and I choose what I watch and I'm aware. Really? I see people say that all the time, and God bless you, you probably are. I'm not saying I'm judging you if you're, but check it out. You probably know this, but let's revisit it. The television, which was created for only one reason, they call it programming for a reason. They're not even lying to you. They're just telling you what it is. Programming, all right? So you're watching something that's got symbology, everything, but what about if you're watching something on the Nature Channel that's really cool? All right, it's cool. But do you know what's happening in between those 30 frames per second? 30 of them per second. 30 subliminal messages you can't see with your eye, 30 subliminal messages you can't see with your eye. And in between, even the Nature Channel could be satanic messages. It could be anything, okay? So if you want to defend the television, you can defend it all you want. That's cool. However, it was set up for a reason, and it's the #1 tool of why the majority of people have been enslaved on the planet, at least for the last 100 years. I don't remember when it was invented, 40s, 50s, whatever. I don't know. I know nothing. Okay? So, are we seeing the programs? Are we seeing how interesting it is instead of getting pissed? And are we raising our level of conscious awareness? Any questions? Any shares? Okay? Here's something I want to pop in before I forget, because I'm on a roll. Okay, so I haven't done this in probably 4 years, but I've created a new private Facebook group called the Waking Up in the Dream Activation Portal. This is for people that are interested in the 3 pieces of the process: inner healing, dismantling the belief system, and consciously and intentionally creating your reality. Okay? I'm the only member in there right now because I haven't launched it yet, but I'm going to put in a link here. And if you'd like to join it, it's going to be a very, very powerful portal community of like-minded people supporting each other, using these tools, going deep, and you'll be able to find it all in the same place instead of just randomly maybe seeing one of my posts. So I'm going to put effort into really putting a lot of energy into this group and supporting people. And then, yeah, we'll have, for those that want to go deeper, we'll do, play shops. I don't like to use the word work because it's got a heavy energy. So we'll do play shops, and we'll do, journeying for those that want to go deeper. But there'll be a lot of content and free tools shared like I always do. So I'm going to post that in there. And if you go in there and you're the first one and you go, it looks like nobody's in here, this group's dead, don't worry. I haven't sent out my email yet to my entire list. I got a lot on my plate right now. And but I'm doing it, and I welcome you in because it's going to be kick ass. And I don't say that from an ego standpoint. Together, not just Jeff, together, we're going to create this energy together, and we're going to roll in to 2023, which is going to happen in only 40 days. Today's the 21st here? Yeah. So in 39 days, give or take a day or two, We're going to roll into 2023, and it is going to be the most revealing, mind-boggling year. 2022 was the catalyst. 2022, all lined up, was prophesied for a long time. 2023 is going to be the mind blower when everything gets revealed. And a lot of people are going to need your compassion. They're going to need a hand up, and they're going to need your support. Okay, 40 days. All right, whatever. I love you, Roberta. Thank you. It's going to be here in the blink of an eye. All right? So if you want to join the group, copy that right now. Because well, you can always come back to the replay on my page or on my YouTube channel. But when I end this live, I won't have access to it. So I'm going to do that. And then for anybody that would really like to dive in to the tools, they're simple. You know, you get a daily tracking sheet. It's super simple. You print it out. Every night, you fill it out. It takes you 5 minutes. If you want to go deeper and spend a half hour and really write down what's coming up for you, there's all the spots to journal. What's coming up for you? What triggers? What were your aha moments? You go through this simple process, and you are going to begin to see the programs and also the wins. And it's fast. Can you imagine if you change the way that you see and create your entire reality, and you begin to clear the old automatics and the wounds and the subconscious beliefs? How can you even imagine? I know the mind probably can't. What you will be able to create when you go through that process, 30 short days. All right? You don't have to, but I'm just telling you, it'll change your life. So if you want to do it with me as a mentor, as a friend, we do it together because you're my teacher too. I journey with 4 people a month. That's it. Because when I do it, I don't just do 1 call a week with somebody. I'm checking in with them every other day at least. And my messenger is open every single day. So we're not waiting a week to make progress, especially during the first 2 weeks when we're doing inner healing and dismantling the belief system. I'm on it with love. And we have fun doing it. It doesn't have to be all hard and difficult and scary. Yeah, we might have some tears on the call when we're clearing and forgiving ourselves or somebody else, but that's healing. And I hold a safe space. I'm usually in tears before the other person because when I'm guiding them through it on the first call, I can see it's coming. And I can see their body's been wanting to release that for a long time, and it touches me so deeply, I'm in tears before they are. So it's all safe. But if you're not interested in doing the 30 days, then the digital online course with the PowerPoint trainings where you'll see what the ego does. You'll name your ego. Many of you know my ego's name is Larry. You name the ego so you can start seeing the programs that it's running. Because until you can see the programs that it's running, it'll run them and it'll convince you that it's right. Because you'll have the emotional reaction which tricks you into thinking you're right. You getting this? So, the digital online course with all the trainings and everything is half price right now. It's less than $100. All right? It's less than $100. Okay? If you can change your entire reality for less than $100 instead of going out to dinner, I mean, that's all I'm going to say about it. It's priceless for what you will get. You will never speak in lack again. You will never use spell words again, which reminds me, I'll go over the spell words in a minute because this will change your life. And it's super simple. You will never tell your story about something that happened to you in the past unless you're sharing it with people to help them heal. You'll never talk about anything that you do not desire to see more of in your reality. You will become so aware of your story, the words you're using, and your frequency that it'll shift your entire reality. Guaranteed, I promise it. There's no way this course could not completely change your entire reality unless you just don't do it. And everybody's going to do it at a different level depending where they are, but these tools will rock your world in the best way. And it took me a long time to say that because, oh, you're an egotist. And no, I've gone through this. I went through hell to create this. I spent over $100,000 in almost 30 years. I was suicidal. Many of you know. I tell the story because our vulnerability and our authenticity are our greatest strength. I could come on in here and tell you how great I am and this is the best. No, I'm telling you, I was suicidal. I was a judgeaholic. I was running every program in the book. I was, drugs and alcohol and shame and guilt. And I used to punch myself in the face in the mirror because I had so much shame. Yeah, that's what the Catholic religion did to me. Fucking A. But I had to go through it as part of my soul contract so I could see it. You get it? So everything's a gift. Everything's a gift. So here's a link for anybody that's interested to the course, half price. All right? So what is the gift here? I would write this down. It's not a lot. My number one mantra, I know nothing. Okay? That frees you so you don't have to, I know, and I got to hold on to it. When you can be comfortable with I know nothing, and you might add to that, my alarm's going off. You might add to that, I know nothing. I simply track frequency and vibration with my thoughts and my words and my emotions. That'll change your life right there. Next mantra. Isn't that interesting? Instead of judging anything and being triggered and lowering your frequency and having to learn it again and attracting more like frequencies of everything you judge and everything that triggers you, be neutral. Be the master. Come on, this is mastery. Isn't that interesting? Fucking kick ass. This stuff will change your life, I'm telling you. Okay? Next mantra. There's only 3 or 4. What is the gift here? What is the gift here? Anytime you have a judgment, a trigger, a fear, a less than thought, any low frequency, stop. Take a breath. Sometimes they're really intense. Okay? I saw some dogs yesterday, wild dogs, that made me cry. One of them was blind, stumbling in the street, scratching. Their whole body was eaten away. Most of the fur was gone. Fleas and ticks everywhere. Fuck. I got to save them, or at least try. So I feel it too. I feel it deeply. But what is the gift here? All right? So these are the tools. All right? So let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. The reason you're here at this time is to learn how to manipulate energy. That's it. And to love. And to go, wow. I'm awakening to the fact that I'm unlimited. Write down that word in capital letters and play with it. Think about it. What does that mean? The mind can't even wrap its head around it because unlimited is so unlimited that we can't even process it. But if you're willing to play with it, key word, play. Oh, that reminds me, play instead of work. Okay, so before I go, here we go. Spell words. Write these down or come back. I promise you it'll change your life. All right? Eliminate these words. Everybody that journeys with me on the first call, they tell me what they're going through and their struggles or whatever, and they use all these 9 or 10 words. And all these words, you're very welcome. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Your energy keeps me going. Okay? If there was nobody on here, my mind would go, that's weird. Maybe I suck. See what the mind does? It's trippy. But I know I don't suck. I know I'm in my heart. And I'm here to do what I'm here to do. And so are you. You have unique gifts that nobody else has, even if you don't know what they are. Write that down. I have unique gifts that nobody else has. I have unique gifts that nobody else has. All right, so let's do the spell words so I can let you guys go and I can get out of here. Go see the wild jungle doggies. All right. Eliminate these words because what these words are doing is they're telling your subconscious that your desire is still not here yet. So look at how these words were set up in the spelling. Look how interesting it is. All right? Eliminate these words. Want, wish, hope, need, try, should, hard, difficult, going to. Well, there's a couple more. Don't ever tell yourself, I'm so sick of this. You're programming. Every one of your cells is listening to every thought, every word. Don't ever use the word hate. It's the lowest frequency. But anyway, so here we go again. Eliminate these because When you go, yeah, I want that, I hope, I wish, I'm going to, I'm trying, the subconscious goes, it's still not here yet, it's still not here yet, it's still not here yet. So practice what I call faking it till you make it. When you wake up in the morning and your head's still on the pillow and you realize that you just came out of the sleeping dream into the awakening dream, or are they reversed? Isn't that interesting? Are you really alive when you're asleep? And this is the dream? I don't know. I know nothing. But this is more fun for me because when I'm asleep, what we call asleep, I can't seem to control it as well. Maybe that's something for me to play with. Okay, so you getting this? Everything's been inverted. It's a trip. Question everything. Write those two words down too. Question everything. Question everything. Because remember, your belief system is a prison. Your beliefs aren't even your own. Okay, so eliminate those spell words. Please come join the private group if that resonates with you. I would love to have your energy in there. There's so many amazing people. I mean, everybody on here is amazing. You wouldn't have stayed on this call if this didn't resonate. So there's the link to that again. And Telegram channel, if you want to research some really, really good news. Yeah, it'll take you some time to watch some videos, but they're not that long. But everybody's going to be held accountable, man. It's going down. It's really, really the most incredible time ever. So I think that's it. Let's do a quick little thing where we take a few slow, deep breaths, we smile, and we give thanks to every one of these trillions of cells that have been loving on us our entire lives, purifying our blood, beating our hearts when we're not even aware of it, processing trillions of functions every second, our digestive system, our muscles, our eyes, our ears, our mouth, everything. Give love to yourself. A bunch right now. Are you smiling? Are you doing it? Can you feel it? Can you feel that they're responding? They can feel your love? All right, so now we're going to send that love out to everybody on the planet and beyond. Everybody. Even those that you see as evil or, pedophiles or whatever. Blast them with light. The dark cannot survive in the light. The light is stronger, okay? It's a balance, but we're here to bring light, all right? So let's blast it out to everybody on the planet. Play a little bit of flute. See it going out there, seeing it affecting everybody, seeing it going into their heart, even if they're not aware of it, even if they're in pain, even if they're being diabolically hateful or they've been hijacked. See it going into their heart and completely surrounding their entire body. Seeing everybody waking up on the planet, loving on everybody, smiling at everybody, understanding why we're here. See all the corporate people that are poisoning food, air, and water just dissolving, being removed. Seeing all these organic gardens, seeing all these new healing technologies, seeing your body being healed, seeing you never having to WORK again. The money's coming. Don't be an I'll believe it when I see it person. Create it with your reality every morning. Set alarms on your phone. If you really want to fast track, and when the alarms go off during the day, stop and do your morning routine where you intentionally create your reality and you see the world the way you desire it. See it here now. Because don't tell your subconscious it's in the future. See it here now. The incredible people, the incredible relationships, the healing, the abundance, the healthy organic food, air, water, med beds and beyond. We won't even need med beds before too long. You'll just be able to heal yourself. You'll be healed. Come on. You're an unlimited divine master. And I just give so much love and gratitude to anybody that's been on this call. And please share this with anybody that you may feel would benefit. Okay? And for anybody interested in doing the 30 days with me, send me a private message or go to the website, Portal to Awakening, and I'll get on a free call with you. It's not a sales call. What I'll share with you in a half hour, an hour, will change your life, whether you decide to do it or not. All right? Big, big love from Thailand. Stay excited. Put these tools into process, into action. Write down the mantras. Come back and listen to it again if you want. The mantras are probably at around the 1 hour mark. Okay? And stay excited, because what's going to be revealed over the coming days and weeks and months is going to blow your mind. Okay. Hey, Eileen, great to see you. Big, big love from Thailand. And I'll see you in the field. Gratitude.